I'm going to show you the effect of filling in this area with short stitches. So while this stitch here is called long and short stitch, actually all the stitches are long, really. You're just starting them at different heights. So they're shorter on the first layer, but if you were to fill all of it, they would all be sort of long stitches. So I'm going to just show you the effect of filling this area with shorter stitches. It's something that I have used in the past for making something look fluffy, like a cuddly toy or a fluffy animal. It gives that kind of texture. And then if you angle the stitches as well as doing them in straight lines, it can look like feathers. Hopefully that will come clear as we go along. So I've just anchored my thread, and now I'm just going to do just a series of short stitches. While I'm using small stitches in this, I am varying the size slightly as I go along. So some of them are really small and some of them are medium small. And as you can see, I'm not going, I'm sort of doing a little bit higgledy-piggledy, and that sort of adds to the effect, really. So it's just doing very short, sharp little stitches of slightly varying lengths. And you just pack them all in. I'm keeping them relatively straight, although there's some variation in the angle. I'm not, they're generally going in the same direction. So this is really not a complicated stitch. You're just making a series of tiny little stitches packed together. It's just quite time consuming. But if you want a sort of cuddly effect, it's definitely worth doing. It's a nice stitch for sort of blending different colours together as well, if you want to create a shaded effect. And it also eats a lot of thread. You can try doing the thread saving method by, which I'm not bothering to do here. So there you have a little square filled with short stitches, and you can see it sort of gives almost like a furry effect. You can go back and forth. You don't need to do this stitch in neat rows. And you certainly don't need to worry about the back of the embroidery. That's going to be covered in this project. So, feel free to go back and forth and cover any holes that you've noticed that you've missed as you go along. This area now has been filled with tiny little seed stitches that all packed together, but this time at different angles. It creates a slightly different effect. Unfortunately, I absent-mindedly threaded my needle with 2 strands of thread doubled, so it's as if I've sewn with 4 strands of thread, which is twice as thick as this, so it's created a thicker texture. If you use just 1 or 2 strands, it can create a sort of a feathery, fluffy look, but I've used too thick a strand of thread for that.